Hi guys, and welcome to a first look video.
Welcome to Top Table Gaming, guys. I'm Top Table Ben.
And I'm Top Table Steve.
And today we are going to be looking at the brand new edition of Battle Companies.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. So I put a little video up about this a couple of weeks ago, things that I'd like to see. So hopefully
they come to fruition. We're in there, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Battle Companies. It is a small numbered warband size skirmish rule set for Middle-earth strategy battle game. Obviously it's based in Middle-earth, and it's the kind of game where you have a very small model count and it's based around narrative play. Your small warband can grow as the games progress, and it's just a really nice way to get into the game and a really nice way to play a more relaxed style, I think.
Definitely. For me, it's one of those games that I can roll out and have a game on a Saturday afternoon and get 3 or 4 quick games in. Yeah. Whereas I think sometimes when you're playing bigger games, you can get quite bogged down, and it can take you quite a while for a game to come to a conclusion. I've had games that have lasted 25 minutes with this, so I think it's a really cool game for just playing like little short, and just say quite narrative games as well, because you can make up your own story of your warband. So it's a really cool game.
This is something you play with your mates.
It is.
Saturday afternoon. Wife's gone out.
Round the kitchen table.
Kids are at ballet.
So it's a really fun and narrative way of playing Middle-earth SBG. So, as we alluded to, this is the new edition of Battle Companies. There was a previous edition which came out about 18 months ago, something like that. I loved that edition. As I said in my last video, I really enjoyed that, and I've had a lot of use out of that book. I think some of you might be a little bit aggrieved that the 2 books have come out sort of relatively close together, but personally I don't see that as a major problem. I think if I bought the last book a couple of months ago, I might be a little bit aggrieved by it. Yeah. But I think what this book does really well is it ties up quite a few of the loose ends from the previous one. It's having sort of thumbed through this book, it feels like a far more refined version.
It's streamlined it a lot.
More streamlined, absolutely. And I think the other thing that it has done is brought all the battle companies and the scenarios sort of together into one book, whereas previously they were spread across not only the book but in different White Dwarf issues as well. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but on various groups and things, you'd see people asking for copies of the White Dwarf because they missed out on buying it the first time. Yeah. And I think it just brings everything into one place, and I'm really pleased that they brought this out.
I am. Like you say, you've got everything you need in one place. It's tied up all the loose ends. I do understand some people's grievances, but for me, there's nothing wrong with if you've got the old Battle Companies book, using this as your Bible, but still playing through the old campaign from the old book.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's still a viable book, and it's a lovely book. I've got it on my shelf, and I'm quite happy that I've got it.
Excellent, yeah.
Okay, so without giving away too many spoilers for you guys who have yet to open your new Battle Companies book, I think we'll just talk briefly about some of the stuff that's caught our eye. The first one I'd like to talk about is the hero paths.
Yes, absolutely. So, in the last edition of Battle Companies, you could customise your hero pretty much in any way that you wanted. There's loads of different tables that you could roll on depending on how you wanted your heroes to progress. I found it almost a little bit difficult to choose which table I wanted to go on, and actually I ended up with heroes that were a bit of a jack of all trades rather than them being kind of really a defined
no real
role.
Identity.
Whereas I think because now there are defined paths, so there's Path of the Warrior, Path of the Ranger, Path of the General, Path of the Knight, Path of the Scout, Path of the Adventurer, Path of the Sorcerer, Path of the Beast. Nice. There's loads of different options for how you can, you can still give them their own individual identity, but they can go down a defined path now. So when you first decide to roll on one of these charts, that's the path that you've chosen, and then every time you gain enough experience, it's 5 experience points, you can then roll on these tables and gain a special rule from those tables. Cool. And it just gives them, like as I say, that more kind of like refined identity as to who that hero is.
Yeah.
So that for me is one of the cool things that's coming out in this edition.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So one of the other things that's caught my eye in this edition is being able to hire Wanderers.
Yeah, so as well as having in your warband, you've got your hero models and your soldier models, your normal warrior models, which you get to upgrade in between your missions and make into the characters that you want to have in your warband. You have the opportunity to hire additional Wanderers.
Yeah. So there's quite a few options. So there's local scouts, mercenary fighters, there's a sage for good, there's a shaman for evil, there's a vagabond, a wandering dwarf, wandering elf. Basically there's loads of options. If you've got enough influence, which is a resource that you gather by winning or drawing games, you are able to pay for these extra, I guess, mercenaries to come and join your warband. And some of them have obviously got quite a strong fighting prowess here. You can see that the fight values are quite a bit stronger than some of your the fighters that you already have in your warband. So you know, they could be worthy additions if you've got the influence to pay for them.
And it's a nice way of just adding another little bit of flavour to your warband as well, just
Absolutely.
to try something out.
Yeah.
Okay, so as well as Wanderers, you can also purchase creatures.
So it's quite an exciting one here. So there's loads of different sort of creatures that you can acquire alongside your warband. So a couple that caught my eye is the Runish Drake, which sounds really cool. I think there's a lot of talk about using the baby drakes that come alongside the adult, the big main one, as these. So that'll be really cool. There's things like falcons and there's ravens, which can be acquired by kind of dwarves and things, which is fantastic. I can see quite a lot of the old Radagast sculpt being used for conversions coming up. But I think these just add like an extra little dynamic to conversions and just to add to your battle company. Yeah,
it really makes your hobby time that little bit extra special, I think, when you're doing something that you don't normally do. And just seeing like dogs and like say ravens and drakes. I can't wait to see it on the Facebook group. It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Definitely. So we're not going to go into loads of detail about every single battle company because there are loads of them in this.
We don't want to spoil it.
We don't want to spoil it for everyone. But Steve, I know there's one in particular that has caught your eye. Which one do you reckon you'll be playing?
I really like the look of Men of the West. Straight off the bat, as soon as I seen the page and it had Warriors of Minas Tirith, it had Fiefdom Knights on there. Dollar Knights, and it had Warriors of Rohan. So basically Men of the West, as it says on the tin. But you get to get all the benefits from each one of those in one warband, and it's something that you don't necessarily see on the table all at once.
No.
So it's going to be nice just to do that, and I've got all the models. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with that.
Sounds good.
Going off on that, I know yourself, from what you've not stopped talking about for the last 25 minutes, is Wanderers in the Wild.
Yes, absolutely. So Wanderers in the Wild, that's a proper mixed bag of a battle company. So there are dwarves in here, there are elves in here, there are rangers in here, and there's a hobbit in here as well.
It's tasty.
So there's it's a proper real mishmash of different elements, which is absolutely fantastic. And I think this is one that you can really make it very unique compared to some of the other battle companies and some of the older battle companies as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting this painted up and hopefully get a few games in with them.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that, so we'll look forward to it.
So one of the things that I have seen as a major extra inclusion in this book is the map-based campaign, which looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. It's something that we spoke about briefly earlier. Now the map-based campaign, the reason that it appeals to me so much is because we did try at one stage, running in our local hobby group, a map-based campaign for the main basic rules for Middle-earth strategy battle game. And it was going well, it was all set up quite well, everything was looking great, and for one reason or another, basically just real life, it was quite, we needed to give it a lot more time than we were able. It was very much points heavy, very quick.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, is going to be something that I can totally get on board with. You've got small model count, you've got short games, and it's an official rule set. So there'll be no queries about when you realise halfway through the campaign that you've made a glaring mistake and it's ruined it. Or if it does, we can blame someone else.
And somebody has just taken over half the map, and there's no hope of catching up with them.
Someone's in the top corner, not done anything for 3 months. But yeah, I'm really excited by this. Really like the look of it, and I can't wait to get stuck into it. I'm definitely going to be doing something with this.
I think this is definitely something that we can try and reignite that kind of flame for a map-based campaign and things.
It could actually even be something on the channel.
It could be.
There's 4 of us.
It could be.
And friends.
Plenty of friends out there. So yeah, I think we need to go away and have, now that we've seen it, we can go away and have a chat, and I think we can come up with some pretty tasty battle companies and
100%
come up with a bit of a plan.
People have been asking for battle companies on the channel for a while, and I did have my battle company ready. My Mirtwood battle company is over there. I painted it up and just never did anything with it. So now this is the perfect excuse while the hype's real.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Okay, so as well as the map-based campaign rule set, you also have some additional rules. You've had a quick look at them.
I've had a quick look,
I
think they're really cool. I think what's great about them is that they're additional rules that can be used alongside the map-based campaign, and it just really adds that extra element of depth and that kind of narrative element to
it's
those
like
games.
roleplay.
It is like roleplay,
I think they're put in there with 100% with fun in mind.
Yeah,
definitely, because you're stabbing your friends in the back.
Yeah,
you're bribing your friends.
So yeah,
you're putting prices on people's heads.
There's things like bribes in here, making allies. There's placing a bounty on people's main heroes. That's quite cool. You know, if you've got somebody that is constantly going around and chopping down everyone else's
getting
troops,
on your nerves, basically.
You put a bounty on that hero's head or whatever. There's holding heroes to ransom. So rather than if you played it and you end up losing a hero, it's so demoralising and really, really frustrating. But there is the option to hold a hero ransom, so you play a game to try and claim them back, which is quite cool. You know, there's loads of stuff.
I like this one.
Playing 2 against 1.
I like that one.
But Joe, some of these, they kind of remind me of like a game. Have you ever played Risk?
Yes.
So when you play Risk and you get people like ganging up on like one person and things, and then you switch allegiances just so that the person who's starting to take over the board.
If someone's getting a little bit too leery, talking to you.
But I think it's one that you can really make the game your own and have a lot of fun with the map-based campaign.
These are going to be the things that you talk about after your games and you laugh about.
Yes,
and
definitely
that you tell your friends about. So. That is awesome. I am over the moon with this book.
Yeah, so and literally we've thumbed through it dead quick. We haven't had like a proper chance to digest it yet. We were just so excited to try and get a video out to kind of
talk about
it because we're just so excited. But I think there will be loads more stuff that the more we kind of have a read through it, the more we kind of digest it, there'll be so much more that we haven't already seen. So yeah, I think it's I'm going to be going through this. It's going to be glued to my hands for the next couple of days.
I don't think my Mirtwood Warband's going to see the light of day. I
might
go somewhere else.
There's too many cool warbands.
But 100% definitely there is going to be more Battle Companies content on the channel. I know that
Lee's dead
Top
keen.
Table Lee's keen because he's been keen to see what we keep droning on about with Middle Earth for a long time, and this is perfect to get someone new into the game. So look forward to some content coming very, very soon, and look forward to seeing our warbands in our hobby vlogs in the very, very near future. But I think we should not give anything more away, really.
I think we'll let everyone else go out, pick up their copies
from Element Games using the affiliate link, because that really helps us create these videos for you guys, and we want to keep doing it.
Yeah,
we want to
definitely want to keep doing it.
So I'm looking forward to getting stuck back into Middle Earth after my hiatus.
Yeah, we've been busy with other stuff lately, but getting stuck back into Middle Earth will be great.
Yeah, awesome. So I think that's it from us. If you want to support the channel, like we say, get down in the links below where you'll see the affiliate link for Element Games to get discount on all your Games Workshop goods. We have a Patreon, and Follow us on Twitter
and Instagram. We're
and
getting quite active on both of those now.
Yeah, and
so
if you're not on the Facebook group, get on it. Top Table Gaming Community on Facebook. Search it and join, and one of us will accept you and get involved in the banter because there's a lot on there.
There is.
There's a lot.
There is.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I've been Top Table Steve.
And I've been Top Table Ben.
And we'll see you very, very soon.